Hey, what's going on, people? So, I've had the Fanatec V3 pedals for well over 18 months now, and it's high time I started talking about my experience with them. Okay, so first things first, why did I buy them? Before the V3s, I was happy with my Logitech G920 wheel, pedals, shifter. Things were going great up until the moment when I was driving on the straight one time and realized, hold on a sec, my speed was dropping off. People were just passing me really easy. What's going on? Once I go into the settings, I then notice that my throttle pedal is flickering like 100, but and anytime I reach the 100, it keeps flickering down to 90, 85, back to 100, back up and down, up and down. It was ridiculous. I then, with a little bit of research, discovered that it is something to do with the potentiometer. Wow, I said it right. Amazing. Apparently that needs to be cleaned out and whatever. Once you do that, then the thing should be working fine again. Now, this involves having to take the pedals apart, and I was a bit scared, but I thought, alright, fine, I'll do it. Anyway, long story short, I did it, and guess what I did? I broke the pedals. So I just thought, forget this. Even if I'd fixed them, I don't have to worry about cleaning them every couple months or whatever because of flickering pedals. I just bit the bullet and bought the V3s. Anyway, so now that I've got them, my first impressions of them that I'll never forget were these are some heavy duty pieces of kit. Like, they are heavy, like they weigh a lot. Like, the fit and finish in them was amazing. It just felt so compact and strong, robust, just sturdy. There was not a creak in it whatsoever. Like, it filled me with confidence, thinking to myself, these are gonna last a while. And it's been well over 18 months now, and guess what? They feel just as sturdy, probably even stronger, but they feel amazing. Like, you have nothing to worry about when it comes to the build quality. The entire thing is almost made out of metal. The finish is just so sharp, angled perfectly. Like, it's just mwah, like I can't speak more highly about the way it's made. It just looks amazing. Now, I haven't been sitting on my ass for the last 18 plus months. Okay, I've been racing a lot. Like, I've put a lot of pressure on the throttle, the clutch, the brake, and right now it still feels just as strong, just as sturdy as it did from day one. Like, still smooth. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Installation on both my rig and software in the computer was like dead easy. Mounting it on my rig was easy. GT Omega already comes with two holes for the front two uh, nuts and bolts to be screwed in. It doesn't have them for the back two, but I haven't even like drilled holes for them because it's not really required because all the pressure's going back there anyway. So the front two have sufficed, and I haven't had any problems in terms of like wiggles, squeaks, or whatever. The software again is pretty easy. Just go to the Fanatec website, just go to support, download software. It's got all the tabs or whatever. Just pick whichever sort of product you have. Again, and then once it's installed, it detects everything fine. The software itself is pretty easy to use as well. All you are going to be using it for is just setting the minimum and maximum pressures for each pedal, and also testing the rumble functions in both the throttle and the brake, which are meant to represent locking up the wheels when braking and wheel spin when getting on throttle. Now, these pedals worked with all the sims I've raced with from the moment I got them up until now. Haven't had a problem with any sim. I don't believe so over the time. That's obviously R Factor 2, Race Room, iRacing, Automobilista, Assetto Corsa, Dirt Rally. I'm sure there's probably something else in there that I've been racing on, but I can't remember now. Okay, so when it comes to maintenance of these pedals, it's pretty simple. You pretty much have to worry only about two things, which is dust, because it is a dust magnet, no doubt about it. The way it has a finish over the metal, it just attracts so much dust, or maybe dust just is so easy to see on top of it, so you are going to be wiping them down quite a lot. Now, the other thing that you'll have to watch out for, which is going to make itself quite obvious to you, is squeaking. Yes, even though my time with the pedals have been amazing and the problems have been few or far between, yes, I have had this problem with squeaking. Not often, but it does come about every now and then. I'd say about probably 4 to 6 months. But don't fret, this is easily dealt with. All you have to do is buy yourself a can of WD-40 and then just do a couple sprays here or there, and you are good to go for another 4 to 6 months. Like, I bought this can probably about 3 to 4 months after purchasing the pedals, and it still feels full. Like, the amount of sprays that you need is literally just a little choo 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 choo, and you're done. Okay, so I guess I should probably get into the negatives. Well, I've already told you about the dust, which is pretty minor, and the squeaking, which again is pretty minor. The other two are, let me just check my notes here. Okay, the paint has rubbed off a bit. Okay then, so yeah, I've used it for about 18 months now, and as you can see in this little shot, that because I am, as you have obviously noticed, I wear my socks while racing. So obviously there's been a lot of rubbing and polishing with my socks onto the metal, and some of the paint has kind of come off a little bit, which again, not bothered. Like, again, another little small niggly thing. I'm obviously struggling for negatives here. Now, last but not least, there is another negative, which is kind of a big one, but it's not really for me because I don't care enough. Basically, it's the rumble features. So the rumble features in both the throttle and the brake just stopped working after, I would like to say, 2 to 3 months, but I can't really say for sure because I didn't actually notice for quite a while. I don't even know when it actually stopped. You see, you got to remember, I came from G920 Logitech, so obviously there's no rumble feature on those pedals. And when these pedals came, yeah, I thought the feature was quite decent, but I wasn't that overly like blown away by it because it didn't take away or add to anything when it came to my racing. So I just didn't really take notice of when it stopped working. And when it did, oh sorry, when I did notice that it stopped working, I was like, do I really care enough to send it back to Fanatec so that they can get it to work again? I'm like, no, I didn't care enough. So, but at the same time, I still have to mention it to you guys because it did obviously happen to me, and it is a bit of a big deal if it is part of a selling point that, something that you say the pedals will do just stops working. But, whatever. So if you're in the market for a new set of pedals and you, like me, started off with, some G27s, G920, G29, whatever it's called, and you want to step up, but you don't want to be like a huge step up to like the Husingvelts and all those ones where it's like really 15,000, £1,500, £2,000 worth of pedals. Like these, I think are a really good step up, and the quality is just really good. Like they're heavy duty as well. Like I'm applying, sorry, a lot of pressure on these pedals, and they handle it like, like it's like whatever. Like, is that all you got? And the smoothness as well. It's just, it's just unbelievable. It's just great. Like now, I'm obviously doing a lot of modulation when it comes to my braking and bleeding off. Like it's that much easier. Not to say that it isn't in like Logitech pedals. You can definitely do it. It just feels nicer. It feels like I'm actually pressing on something that's made for adults, basically. And like I said, when I first got them, I was like, right, these are heavy duty. They're gonna last a while. And guess what? It's lasted a while, and chances are they don't look like they're gonna be breaking anytime soon either. So I wholeheartedly recommend these pedals. Okay, so thanks for stopping by. I tried my best to keep it under 10 minutes. I have, thank God. I really didn't want this to be a long video. But again, hopefully you guys have found this helpful, and I will catch you guys soon.